What's up, family? It's Kahir the Conqueror here. If you really think about it, not in some conspiracy theory type of way, we do live in a world that you can capitalize off of people's insecurities. And that's probably any kind of world, if that makes sense, when you have people. It's companies, businesses, empires that are built off of science, understanding people, understanding a need, and how an insecurity can help you capitalize off of that, if that makes sense. That's just kind of where I want to leave it without sounding woo-woo. I just mean, like, if you think about it, when people sell, it's to fill a need. With what we advertise, though, with what is heavily marketed to the demographics that are probably likely to buy and purchase, it's an insecurity that they can touch upon to influence a decision or to influence people, if that makes sense. Like, an easy example, I think, to make it make sense, just in case it still is a little loose, it's like fitness. People want to get fit to look better. And in many cases, it's for other people that they're attracted to feel the same, to look more desirable and stuff like that. So people who don't feel that way, here, buy our product. It'll help you X, Y, Z. And then people, they buy it. So that's what I mean when I say, like, that's a lot of stuff that was built upon you're insecure in some type of way. But here, I got this thing for you. Give me some money. I'll take care of it. I brought all of that up to mention and bringing it up. You're enough. I don't think I've ever heard that maybe once or twice in my entire life, or even somebody else saying it to somebody. Now, one thing that you kind of hear, like, where was I? I think I was at a restaurant or somewhere, and I heard two girlfriends talking to each other, and they were saying one to the other, talking about their, like, relationship stuff, like, yeah, you deserve somebody who should blah, 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 blah. And that's great. I fully agree. But, like, in no conversation I was listening in on, not being nosy, but, like, I couldn't help but hear, or me even, I don't think I've ever said it, or if it's ever been said to me, you are enough. You're enough exactly how you are, as you are. Because we're human, and because maybe comparison, or just, I don't know what the root cause, like, you can feel like you're not enough. And back to the initial point, society can highlight that narrative, maybe even in your subconscious, to, like, tug on, you're not enough, so buy this product. You're not enough, get this car, so they'll accept you. You're not enough, so go to the gym so you can look like this. You're not enough, so make your hair this way. You're not enough, so you gotta have somebody that looks like this that you're dating. You're not enough, so you can go on and on and on and on and on. And, like, look, I'm not judging or anything like that. To each his own, do what you want to do. I just think about how, like, so many points in my life, because it's taken a long time to get to where I am now. So many versions of me. I wish I could go back in time, or just see him now and look at him and say, bro, you're enough. Like, whatever you want and desire and stuff like that, as I hear, if you vibrate at the right frequency, like, what you want is wanting you. It desires you, law of attraction. But see, confidence, in my opinion, is just you realizing that you're enough. Because you're not perfect. But like when you're confident because you put the work in, when you're confident because you believe in yourself, when you're confident because you choose yourself, when you're confident because you love yourself, you realize you are enough as you are. So you bring what you bring, and what you don't bring, then okay, that's where something or someone can supplement. But why should I feel less than what I am? Like, who made you think that? And I think if we all sat and thought, like, at what point, who made me think I wasn't enough in a relationship? Who made me think I wasn't enough in society with my physique, with my body? Who made me feel like I wasn't enough with my socioeconomic background? Who made me feel like I wasn't enough with a whole bunch of things, just things to think about. And not to single out a person, but you're enough and you don't have to be perfect, because perfect is unreachable for us. At least in my opinion. I haven't met somebody perfect yet, and I will never get there. But it hurts me now, even though probably I'm healing and have healed, from knowing that like the only thing that was holding me back for whatever was me not thinking I was enough. Insecure with no real reason to be insecure. Like, just to go back to the question again, why am I not enough? Is what I wish I said in the moment to myself. What I wish people that I see, people that I knew, that I know, that I meet, that I come across, like, why don't you think you're enough? Why do you count yourself out already before even seeing how you stack up? And I think the first step is just realizing that like you are enough. And why don't we say that enough? Maybe some people do, but I don't think I've ever heard that, maybe less than 5 times in my entire life, from me to somebody or other people. You're enough. So you should want a healthy relationship because you're enough for it. Now, we all have to put work in and better ourselves. That doesn't go away, but you're enough. The career you envision, we all gotta grind. We all have to whatever, but you're enough. The family you want, the lifestyle, happiness, peace of mind. We're all enough. If you're enough to live and be a human being and survive everything that happens from conception, I think you're probably enough. As I mentioned in many different videos, which I can't specifically pinpoint because I say some things, they're reoccurring themes. It just comes to acceptance of yourself, accepting who you are, accepting who you've been and all of that stuff, accepting who you're not, who you'll never be, but accepting you for the root of you, choosing you as you are, loving the reflection that you see in the mirror. That is why you have to believe and realize intrinsically, internally, I am enough. You are enough. We are enough. And you have to think that. And then that, what I mean, that confidence, some people kind of wear it like a coat, which I understand, not judging, but like the people that really talk that talk and walk that walk, I think they realize that they're enough because of things I mentioned. We all have made mistakes. We all blah, blah, blah. We all X, Y, Z. But I'm not enough. because of one little small minor attribute you can pinpoint. I'm not enough because I did one thing 17 years ago or 6 months ago. That's silly. And as I mentioned, just like thinking and looking back, all the different versions of me, man, it doesn't feel good knowing that, like, obviously, like I just said in the last video, you don't know what you knew now. Like, you didn't know it back then. But like, what made me think I wasn't enough for many things? And I think that's something that we should think more to ourselves and say that, share that with other people. No, you're enough. Go get it. Go chase after that. You're enough. And you develop and become more along the way. You're enough. Believe it.